Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. It's time for our health tip with Dr. Lee Weisbard.
Hi, Dr. Weisbard.
Good morning.
Good morning. Very nice to have you with us. What are we talking about today?
Well, today we're going to talk about fluoride and how fluoride has influenced dental decay in this country for the past 40, 50 years.
All right. I know there's a lot of controversy. There's a lot of, two sides of the fence over the benefits and the hazards of fluoride. So we'd love to hear your expert advice today.
Well, here's what we want to talk about. Fluoride is a naturally occurring mineral that fortifies the tooth's enamel layer, and it's been introduced into the public drinking water since 1940. And the decision was based upon evidence that showed fluoride guarded against tooth decay and helped to strengthen enamel. So at this point, 65% of Americans have fluoridated tap water. What they found over the years is that it reduced cavities and decay in adults and children by 40%.
Wow.
Oh.
That's significant.
It is significant, and the problem today is that many of us drink bottled water.
Right.
So bottled water is filtered, it's fluoride-free, and it's actually bad news for our teeth. And what we're finding is a rise in decay, especially in young people. So children today have more cavities than they actually did 20, 30 years ago.
Oh, my gosh. And it's, I know we've talked about the fluoridated water, and they are getting bottled water, filtered water. Everything is filtered out. And so Not only are the bad minerals filtered out, but the good minerals, the fluoride, is filtered out. And now, so we have seen an uprise in tooth decay.
Here's the deal. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention has called fluoridated tap water among the top 10 public health achievements of the 20th century. So here's the problem. If we're not drinking tap water, and by the way, the same happens if you're on well water, which is kind of some of the outlying areas in Colorado. So if you're on well water, you could actually have too much fluoride. So it's really important for people who are on well water to have their water tested and make sure that the parts per million are in the right range to be protective and not to be a detriment.
Right, because too much of a good thing is also a concern, right?
Absolutely. It causes a condition known as fluorosis, which kind of makes the tooth look kind of mottled. It looks kind of speckled and spotted, and that will actually weaken the enamel. So in order to get the right amount of fluoride, tap water is really the best bet. Another good option, though, is to remember to use fluoride in your toothpaste. And in our office, we provide fluoride treatments when we clean teeth, and that also helps to strengthen the enamel and provide that protection that we think is necessary.
Okay, so Dr. Weisbard, people are avoiding fluoride. They're buying toothpaste that doesn't have fluoride in it. They're using something a little bit more natural. People are avoiding fluoride. What's the concern there?
Well, I'm not really sure what the concern is. It's the same idea, with people who will only eat organic or will only eat certain foods. And, everybody has a different opinion, and there is a lot of research out there. I'd be happy to talk about the other, the opposers. I can do a little research for your listeners and give some of that information. But from the evidence that I've looked at and the research that I've done so far, I truly believe it makes a huge difference in public health and reduction of tooth decay.
Dr. Weisbard,
really important.
I see even, some of the health choices that we're making are really destroying our teeth. For example, rinsing with waking up every morning and having lemon in your water is supposedly very good for flushing the toxins out of your system, but at the same time, harming the enamel.
Right. It's an acid exposure to your enamel, which can also weaken the enamel. So if we're going to be eating all these foods and we're going to drink acidic liquids, it really is important to look at the other side and how can we strengthen that enamel. And there's so many studies out there showing that fluoride has helped to decrease dental cavities, dental disease, dental caries. I think that's significant. And for me, I want to give my patients the best and give them the best advice. I can tell you something, interesting. People who do come from non-fluoridated areas have much higher incidence of dental caries, and there's research to back that up. As far as the detriments and the negative side of fluoride, as I said, the American Dental Association has concluded that it is not a problem and that it is one of the top public health achievements in controlling disease in the United States. So I would still have to say I believe in the fluoride. I think it's a wonderful service for our patients, and we provide that in our office as well.
Dr. Lee, give some contact information for you, please.
I can be reached at 303-773-3373, or they can find information about us online on Weisbard Dental, or they can look us up on Facebook. We give really good daily tips about different dental subjects, and this week we will concentrate on fluoride, and I will see if we can put some information up about why some people are a little skeptical.
I love that. I think that's such a timely tip and great advice, especially coming from an expert like
Absolutely.
you, Dr. Weisbard. Give some contact information where...
Wait, we did that?
Yep, well, I mean, that's right, yeah.
WeisbardDental.com. Sorry about that, Dr. Lee.
I get into my mode.
Not a problem. We'd love to see them. We'd love to see your listeners. We really take pride in our work and our care and the advice we give our patients.
Go where I go. Use Dr. Lee
make
Weisbard.
an appointment.
Absolutely. WeisbardDental.com. Thank you, Dr. Lee.
Thank you.
All
Bye.
right. Let's